Get out that damn water, man.
Ready? So I want to the wall, y'all surrounded. Hebrew Israelites, toss Oklahoma. What's down the cross up down for Babylon the Great. First things first, turn to the east. Well, praise God too. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem. Which in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongues, created his Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yeah, throw it out. Shalom to all the sister brothers laboring in this truth. Oh, Salakia. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone. And shalom to the sister brothers laboring in this truth. And shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying and show yourselves approved. Come today, y'all. So you already know we're about to hit up, man. The hot topic, what everybody's talking about right now. We're basically at the beginning stages of World War III. It's already done hit. You got Iran done hit multiple U.S. bases over there in the Middle East. And then you got the U.S. done hit multiple places in Iran. They also done hit places like in Saudi Arabia, the oil facilities. So gas could go up. And the whole reason for this war is because the leaks of flocks should draw them out. So I'm going to start us out with the first precept. And it's Revelation 11 and 14. And it reads, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. And see, a woe goes into sorrow, goes into destruction, because that's what a war does. And the Lord let us know there'll be three woes. You know, 1 and 2 already done passed. The small havers got the land with their second woe. This third woe is going to be Esau Edom coming out of power. Little did he know that's going to be the end of them. And it shows their greed, all the lust they got, because they got everything. They got all the world's resources. So why are you messing with this small country that's just trying to mind their own business? And it's because they don't have a central bank. How the Amalekites, the Ish people, 1948ers get rich because they got central banks in all other countries. So if you don't have a central bank, they're about to come to you and force you to get a central bank. And then we're at the point where, what's that, Joel chapter 3, where it said the weak sound strong. We're at that point where the weak is like, hey, man, I'm not taking it no more. I ain't got your bank. I ain't getting your bank. I got ICBM missiles too. And they're going to fight it out. And then we're at the point where, what's that, Ezekiel the 38th chapter, I believe, where it said that Gog and Magog, Meshach should be a guard unto them. Russia is guarding all these other countries to make people feel like, you know, I can bang with you. You know, I got a big ally backing me up, a superpower. And if you think about it, Russia, I think, got the strongest sword. You think about it, they got the number one ICBM missiles. They probably got the strongest tanks. That Su-57, I think that's like one of the best aircrafts. So Russians might have the strongest sword. So if you got a backing by them, of course you're gonna feel yourself. You're gonna tell Babylon Great, I ain't gotta do what you say do. And then NATO starting to get all disbanded and broken up. So everybody's like, I ain't gotta do what you say no more. And then China, I believe that China has surpassed Babylon the Great as far as weapon capability and you know, having soldiers and whatnot. So we're definitely at that time, man. And then the war got a precept that's gonna show why we're at war right now.
I'm gonna grab this since you quoted it. This is Joel 3 and 10, and it says, "Proclaim this." Well, I'm gonna start at 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles: Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." It says, "Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong."
I'm gonna break it down. Yeah, so the right here it says let the weak sound strong. So everybody right now, see at one point it said beat your pruning hooks and the spears and something else in the swords, you know, loose paraphrasing. That's what everybody's doing right now, man. Instead of like making this world better and building agriculture, giving us like good food, GMO-free food, everybody focus on war. Why is that? Because of these dang devils, Esau Edom. Because he's always on war. He won't let the world be at peace. And the scriptures say, man, to him a great sword has been given. So since Esau is on war and trying to bring war where everybody else has to do the same in order to keep what you got. Because if you don't, Esau Edom will show up and take everything you got, man.
Yeah, it said he was here to take peace from the nations. What's that? Revelation
6 and 4.
Yeah,
you read words. Yeah, you go ahead and get it out. Go ahead and break it out.
And then this is the book of Revelation, chapter 6. in verse 4, and it said, there went out another horse that was red.
And that red goes into Esau Edom, man. He's the red man, man. He born from the womb red. And almost everything he do is red. Like the Romans, their colors was red, everything. So that's a quick identifier of who the scriptures is speaking of.
They get red when they get mad. They get red when they nervous. And it says, and power was given to him, and that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
And what was his blessing, man? His blessing was the fatness of the earth. He rules this place right now. And it's since Esau Edom been in rulership, and what have he done so far? Take peace from the earth and go around killing, stealing, bloodshed, and war everywhere, man. America been at war almost this whole time of existence.
You can't forget about that blessing when Isaac gave him that sword, because he said, by thy sword thou shalt live.
And that's pretty much how Babylon the Great get down. Like they don't do good business. Esau doesn't thrive off of good business deals, contrary to popular belief, because he's smart. No, Esau thrives because of the sword. So all he does, he goes to other small countries, sets up a military, take their resources. That's what he do over and over again, like in increments. Even in the Babylon the Great, when you look at Jake, you know, we had Black Wall Street was thriving. What did Esau do? He destroyed it. And then what did he do? He built his enterprise right on top of it. Right. And then like everything we had, he took it. Yeah. That boosted Esau, man. They got Esau at the Great Depression.
Yeah. He took all the land from the natives.
God, the oil, resources. So he don't just do that over here. He does it overseas too. When you look at Africa, that country got, you know, ravished. When you look at the European Edomites, you know, they just now got Europe out of there. Europe has been living off of African resources this whole time. Ever since the Hannibal Wars, and they called it since the Roman days, was Scipio Africanus, Roman general. He conquered Africa, and that's what made Europe the power that it is now. And then they empowered Babylon the Great, and that's all they do. They run around, see what you got, bomb you out, and take it. And now we're at the point where we're at the end of this thing. And now everybody's hip to what he does, and they're like, hey, I'll fight you back. You're not going to take my stuff. You're not going to take my women. You're not going to take my resources. None of that. And then it's making also other countries starting to click up and ally. Like, hey, man, we need to get together, man. America going to, you know, take our stuff. So that's the only reason America, I like how you put that precept earlier. You quoted it, Bayan, where it was talking about in Genesis, where Esau be made fat. That's how he got fat. Because he done went and took everybody's resources. And then you look at the book of Maccabees, Alexander the Greek. He started that. That's when Esau became great. You know, he went around as conqueror, like, hey, I'm going to take your stuff. It's ours now. And they're now at the point where it's only a few players left that's like got their own stuff. And they got weaponry too.
It goes back into that precept where it said he coveted fields and take them by violence. That's his whole MO. It's like if you ain't gonna remind me of that movie State Property, you know, Esau go around, get down and lay down, nigga. You gonna get down or you gonna lay down. And he gonna take your shit, man, if you don't follow under his rule.
And I'm gonna go ahead and bring it out since you quoted it. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's the power of their hand. Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. You know, y'all want to break it down?
Man, that's beautiful right there, because he said he oppressed a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And we're going back to the original, the spirit of Cain, when Cain said that this curse is more than he can bear, and he said he was a fugitive and a vagabond. So if you really think about it, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, really don't have no resting place. He don't have no home. He's a wanderer, and that's why he does what he does. He wanders, and he conquered many lands, and he takes that land. You know, there's a precept in Psalm where he talked about how they call their lands after their own name. They stole all of this land, all of the country, the territory that they have control of now is stolen. And then they took on the heritage, basically calling themselves Japhetic people. And then you got those fake imposters over there calling themselves the true people of Yahweh Shah. That's what these devils do, man. You know, and these are the original crimes that been committed on the earth, man.
Once they take something, they're not satisfied with it. That's why the scripture said it said they never keep it back home. They always going around stealing shit, man, and trying to conquer shit.
And a big point Bayan made when he said those people over there, the small hatters, 1948ers, they're the reason World War III started.
Yeah.
They're making Babylon the Great jump in that war. Why? Because they got the president caught up in them Island Man fights. And they're telling him, like, if you don't attack, Iran, we're going to release these files. And like, we know it's so gruesome to where it's going to destroy that man's legacy. So he has to abide by what Netanyahu says and go ahead and spearhead that attack. And it is like, even American generals are saying, don't do it. They're saying, like, Babylon the Great ain't going to win this war. They're telling this dude, like, man, you sending America to hell in the hot water, man. They can't win this war. Then Qatar and Saudi Arabia said they can't, even the United Kingdom said that they can't put their planes and their military equipment in them countries. So Babylon the Great has to strike from their own carriers and from like way from Babylon the Great. If you got to go back and forth on a war of attrition, they're going to lose that. Because Iran got home field advantage. Home field territory.
They got all the warriors that they need to fight this war.
Con. So, I like how you said that. That lets us know why Trump went to Venezuela's for you.
Right.
Because he knew he had to prepare for this war that he about to fight now. So that's why the gas prices go down for us, because that oil was secured for this war machine that's going on. So they're doing this thing strategically, man. That's showing out. That's why I look at Esau like, your president is compromised. He's not doing America first. He's doing what the small hatters say first. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead and bring it out. Right on time.
Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
See that? Surely the least of the flocks draw them out. Who's the least of the flock? It's the small hatters, the Amalekites. Because the Lord hates Edomites. And if he hates Edomites, he's going to hate who the most? The chief tribe of Edomites, which is who? The small hatters.
And you can't forget that the Lord said, he told Moses, he said, I will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Yeah, that's why, like, right now, that's the Lord who's going to war with. And that's why the Amalekites move the way they move, because they don't know where the hit gonna come from. They scared. They like, oh shoot. So what they do, they pressing America, Babylon the Great, to make moves. And if they doing it, they're pissing off their other European counterparts. Europe, NATO is like, hold up, take your time. Let's go slow with this. And that's how I was like, nah. Right now, my time is short. Like, you gotta go. So now you got Babylon and you got the beast with the European Union. They bumping heads. Because you got to think the European Union, they lost their stuff first. Because Africa got independence from them. And then Babylon the Great didn't come to their defense. Babylon the Great said, I got other things to do. I got to serve the small hatters. I can't help you get your stuff back in Africa. You just lost it. So now the European Union look like, well, I ain't going to back you up. And your war then. If that's the case, you can't put your planes in my airport and none of that. This is you.
If you said that, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this Revelation 64 too, because I'm gonna read this part over again. It said, "And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword."
Man, so they giving him a great sword, man, which we already know that's Babylon the Great. And not only that, Russia got a great sword too. Europe got it too. And now's the point where the Lord said, boy, if the Lord's washpot, Moab, which is your Asian man, he got them too. And then, like, here's the whole thing. What I'm hearing, the rumor is Iran got them too.
Me and Godard was just talking in the car earlier, and we were just talking about how the U.S. really lost like 200 to 1,000 soldiers. That what that was, and they trying to cover that shit up.
Yeah, because they in the news, they sound about 3. Yeah. I know it was more than that.
Yeah.
I know it was more than that. They took a lot of hits, man. That carrier got hit. USS Lincoln.
Yep. Abraham Lincoln. He got hit with like 4 missiles or something.
Bases got hit.
Over 27 U.S. bases. And that's why all of these countries are starting to hate the Lord, man. Because hey, Babylon the Great they joined themselves with them. And since they joined themselves with them, now all the missiles are going to their places instead of hitting over here. They're like, hey man, hey, we got to, hey, nah, you gotta get up out of here, man.
They ain't looking so that deal ain't looking so good. Especially the Saudi.
I got a quick one. This is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, and the 10 horns with swords upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. It says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall burn. It says, and eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's why a lot of these places are gonna turn on America, Babylon the Great. They're gonna be like, damn, hey, you useless, man. Me being clicked up with you was making me a target, and shit, I don't got the finances and everything to back up to like come after you. So next thing you know, shit, what? Turn on them.
Because the oil fields lost in Saudi, I bet that was a big hit, man. Because a lot of their money come off of oil, and they lost. And like a good point you make, Kadar. Everybody, all they got to do is look at Ukraine. Ukraine had a deal with USA. USA would protect Ukraine from any type of threat. And then when it got real bad, what's Pepper Grace? And you on your own. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got other moves to make. So sorry, this all you gonna get a couple tanks.
Yeah, them Patriot missiles, these people have this bitch right now over there in Dubai. That's a big tourist town. A lot of money, a lot of everything. They just got hit up just because of American Babylon the Great.
Got a little Qatar there too. They just made all them deals for the planes. They gave Trump that plane, and then they got hit up because of their dealings with Babylon the Great. So, like you say, it ain't good to be with Babylon the Great. Is no longer tender and delicate. It used to be a good thing to be Babylon the Great. Like, oh, you with Babylon the Great? Oh, you good? Hey, ain't nobody gonna mess with me. I'm with America. Now you with America, hey, you getting bombed on. You know what I'm saying? Your infrastructure getting bombed on. Look like you teamed up with Russia. Ain't nobody messing with Russia, but everybody messing with whoever did Babylon the Great. Really, what it is, everybody's sick of the small habit. Because I know there's a big inquisition on them.
This is Isaiah 12 and Isaiah 12 and 15, and it reads, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And everybody is feeling that, man. And the sword is coming. They over there hitting with missiles and everything. So if you clicked up with Babylon the Great and you joined too, you're gonna get bombed up. And we're seeing that happen right now. And it's only gonna continue to happen as World War III increase.
As it increases, what's else going to increase? It's gonna be them sorrow. That's that war going into. Right now, we just seeing like the beginning of it. A couple of double jabs. The fight first start. Yeah. They ain't gonna come out. They throw a little couple jabs. Kind of run around the ring, test each other out. Yeah, sizing them up. Yeah. That's what they did. The missiles right there, that was sizing each other up.
Iran was talking about, they call that cleaning out the closet. They used all their old missiles and that shit just to overwhelm their systems and just to get rid of those so they can start hitting them with the big shit.
So it's gonna get way worse, man. And like you're gonna see things like when you look at Babylon the Great, the foreign ministry is already like up in smoke based on what Trump did with the immigration and the terror. So you got sleeper cells over here, y'all Australia. You got sleeper cells. So at any time they can activate the sleeper cells and like burn up like billions of dollars of crop. That'll hurt Babylon the Great. They could blow up trucking centers or distribution centers. That'll hurt Babylon the Great.
Stuff on fire.
Cars, substations. Matter of fact, stuff is on fire. We don't even know if that's them. Because I know Oklahoma had a national, emergency because of wildfires, and it was like the wildfires with crops and stuff too. So that could be them Iranians. We don't know. They doing what the small hatters do. The small hatters burning stuff up too. So we definitely at that point where sorrow is going to be multiplied. So this is time to really get your act together, get whatever supplies you need. I look at prices decide skyrocketing. When you got that price gouging, like alcohol might go up. The daily household items you usually get for the cheap might go up. Gas probably going to go up. Matter of fact, I know it's going to go up because it happened during that time when I was a sophomore in high school when they fought Iraq and Afghanistan. Guess what? Gas prices went up and never came back down. We was I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gas was cheap, and then all of a sudden it went up, and it never went back right. And I think this war gonna be way bigger than that one. During the 9/11, this gonna be way more bigger than that. So if everybody thought like, ain't nothing gonna happen, it's gonna be all right. Nah, man, this stuff's about to turn up. It's about to getting real crazy out here, and I think it's just getting started. You know, we're at the beginning stages of World War III. And in World War III, with us, hell happens. Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble's gonna be in the midst, man, because Esau, he gonna throw a fit. Right now, Esau's looking like, dang, I'm about to lose a war I can't win. You know, Esau's been demoralized. They know they're not going to win this World War III. You ain't got to tell them that. Esau knows that. So he might just go shoot up a supermarket. He might shoot up a movie theater, shoot up a school. Why? Because his kingdom is about to be up in smoke, man. He's going to come down with great wrath because the time is short. Like, Esau knows, like, they're not coming out this on top.
That's why they gotta implement that MOTV. The power of temptation is gonna be right along with the Jacob's trouble before the World War III immense in its totality, in its fullness, man. So I got a clip when they go into that. This is Matthew 24:6. And it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." Right now, these are your wars and rumors. Like it ain't the full whole big end all be all war yet, because we still gotta wait for certain prophecies to be fulfilled all the way. When it says rumors of wars and rumors of wars, it says, "See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So we still got a little time left to get right if you ain't right. But you gotta be smart these times. Get yourself together because just because it ain't yet, it's gonna happen.
Terry said, even though it's Terry, wait for it to surely come. Loose paraphrase. Now, like you said, basically you need to be in the spirit of repentance. Just the doors of mercy is about to close. So that means we're not too far from the of the word. Esau might lose the narrative. The war propaganda might be going so strong, he just say, hey, martial law, man. Hey, cut the internet off. That's it. They cut the internet off and blame it on Iran. There's a lot of scenarios Esau Edom could do right now because he has an active enemy.
Esau Edom likes to keep the nations in America docile. So he'll cut the internet off so you won't even see what's going on. And they'll give you some propaganda like, yeah, we winning the war when they really get their ass kicked.
And that's a good point right there too, because when you actually do the research on those sleeper cells, they have a mission plan to destroy the infrastructure, so where they can cut off the lights and stuff like that too. And that's one thing you think about with those sleeper cells that they got over here.
And like you said, if they cut off the power, that cuts off the internet. There's not no power.
Yeah.
And that causes chaos.
They cut off remember they cut off the water. Nobody ain't gonna be able to drink water like that, especially in the city, the urban areas.
And I'm gonna do a lesson on the good because that's what one of the greatest routes in Cuba right now. Doing that. Cuba's in the dark right now. They ain't got no water and no lights. It's been off for a couple months. And then Russia tried to send in some aid, and guess who cut the aid off? Babylon the Great America. Cut the aid and took the aid, man. So it's war on all fronts, and that's a media blackout. Ain't nobody really talking about. I'm gonna do a lesson on that and then bring it up because I done found some little tidbits. But they trying to, because I remember Trump talking about he wanted to go to war with Cuba. He wanted Cuba, he wanted Colombia. And right now, what they did, they cut the lights off in Cuba. And they saying, like, reports I'm hearing is saying that they in like utter chaos right now. They're like apocalyptic because they ain't have no lights, and they said the sewage is backing up in the country, and diseases everywhere.
That goes into pestilence.
Yeah, God, the pestilence is spreading. So that's the Lord flagging the war right now. The world is getting flagged. You got pestilence, you got the sword. And what does he say? He said the sword, and the famine about to hit. So famine, sword, and pestilence is about to be running amok throughout the whole world, and it's all because of Esau Edom. Babylon the Great, and the Lord is doing that because what ultimately they're going to do is they're going to destroy themselves. Is what Esau's doing. Because one thing about Jake, we've been in survival mode. I noticed Jake can make it, especially if you got the Lord behind you. You got your house shall shine your life, and you're part of the whole elect, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Lord gonna see you through this thing. But if you just a 2/3 and you looking for Muhammad, Buddha, witchcraft, or whatever the hell, the universe is one, like you in some straight trouble, man. This destruction is for you.
And the Lord said, "Hey, call on the God what you had called on." That's what He gonna tell you. Because the minute that when this shit hit the fan, that's when the Lord gonna shut up all His pockets. Then you gonna be those same individuals out here, crying because you ain't got no food, you can't eat. When you had that liberty, as the scripture said, those who had yet liberty would not take heed to the word of Lucifer, brother. They abuse my way, but yet they must have death by pain.
That's when Jake gonna go into that Amos 8 and 11 and 12 where they're gonna be trying to seek the prophets and they ain't gonna be nowhere to be found.
Yeah. You're gonna have them put up. And even if you do have to run to the prophet ain't gonna be able to speak to you. But you know what's that preacher when it's the mouth on yeah. We ain't gonna be able to speak. We ain't gonna have enough time. It's gonna be so much chaos. Like why when I'm gonna try to break down the preacher to you and put it flying around our head? Like get the fuck out of here.
Say you missed it.
Yeah, you missed the opportunity.
We trying to give it to you freely. You despise. Really, they talk shit about us right now.
Yeah.
They be all them dumb niggas with them dresses on. And it just treat me out how they say all that, but you got all this activity going on. And now it's really hard to say that. You got Island Man files, you got World War III popping off, fame in other countries telling you they're in dire situations because of, the Edomites. And you can just tell the world is getting more and more tense, angry. People unaliving people over road rage and stuff, man. People get unalive. So the love of many is waxing cold because, iniquities abound. This devil ain't stopping. He's still trafficking people. All they did is move the operations somewhere else, another island somewhere else. And then the war they started is because of that. That's a distraction. They trying to, hey, man, watch the war with Iran while he over here, hey, man, I got 50 more African children. They'll make some good. And he got a good heart. I know you needed a heart, Johnson. And stuff like that. They still doing that, man. They're not going to stop until Yahushua shuts Esau and eat them down.
Come down and shut down his whole infrastructure. That's what we've been waiting on.
God, and we're at that point. Because how we know? Because we're at the start of World War III. So that's that marker where you get real, real close. And you get close too. This time talking about UFOs and stuff. And it's close, alien classifiers. I'm like, oh, now you want to open this up. So get ready for that deception. So right now, Esau, they're in their secret councils trying to see which way they're going to play it. Like, how we going to spend the public? And we already know the whole reason they spend the public because in the back of it is how we going to get this digital ID tracker, which is the mark of the beast. That's the whole point. They're trying to say, like, how can we get them to take this little thing on? That way we can keep track of the oil, as they call us. Like, keep track of the oil and make sure we know where they at. Because he's scared. Like, he sounded like there's so much dirt that he don't know where it's coming from. He's scared of everybody. He's looking at the Arabs. Oh, shit, what you going to do? You're looking at the Asians. Oh, shit, what you going to do? You're looking at Africans. Oh, shit. And then, you're looking at Jake. Like, I've been scared of Jake. Like, hey, man. Don't go call Yahushua on me, man. Like, man, here's some bread, man. Here's a stimulus check, man. You know what I'm saying? Here's a stimmy. Here's some cartoons. Here's some rap beef. Hey, 50 Cent banging with T.I.'s son. Y'all watch that. Worry about that. Here's a boxing match, UFC, NBA. Hey, y'all start fighting again and dunking, whatever you got to do. Football, forget CTE, knock they blocks off. We gotta get some distractions going on, man.
It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work for the elect. The elect gonna be like, hey, yo, Richard, don't pop it not in the damn your rap, you damn devil.
Yeah, we got our eye on this devil, man. We watch you like, oh no, you ain't gonna throw me off the edge. Like, I'm watching you be in trouble. I'm watching you sweat. I'm watching your dollar be all crimped up and crumpled up. Watching you done lost all your allies. You in trouble. I'm watching how the whole world hates you. Even your own women hate you. Even my women, I don't feel safe with white men. I'm like, dang, man, like they don't feel safe.
Yeah, that was that last you did, right? I was like, damn. She said she feel uncomfortable around a group of white men. She said she feel more safe around Jay.
Times is turning. That leads to that great rap right there. So they what? Oh, we gotta show our women we tough. Go blow their country up. Do that nigga got missiles? We got missiles. Right. Did you forget? We got M16s. We got grenades. Niggas don't have that. Wookie ain't got that. Ray ain't got that. So recognize why you on this pink pecker, And she all like, oh, damn, like you unsafe. You do everything. I'm gonna go over to Jake. He got good barbecue and he got some good ride.
You got a target on your back.
Exactly. She don't want to. It's like rolling with a nigga that like owe a lot of people money. You got to round the car with. Yeah, in the car with. Yeah, I ain't in the car with you, man. All north side is after you.
It was only right the Lord called them. That's how people is.
Yeah, you'll be the vagabond, man. And that's another thing. That's why they can't. That's why they always killing people's identity because they can't use their true identity. That's why they breaking up these they paying these propaganda campaigns because when we point them out, you Esau, you the devil, you Esau in the Bible. Now they gotta get these campaigns to try to bring back that lie that they once told. And now they digging a bigger and bigger hole, man. You know. And real quick, there's a quick preach of it, Proverbs 26 and 27. It says, "Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him." All right, and that's exactly what we're looking at. This is why we start studying these devils. Don't nobody want to be around them. Because like the Akbar Yard just said earlier, their own women don't want to be around them because everybody's out there. You know, every time they shoot a missile, give missile shot right back at them. Every time you do any dirt that you do from now on, Esau, the so-called white man, the devil, it's coming right back on you.
I got one right here. Just Psalm 17 and 13 says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." So Lord, let us know who sways that sword, who runs that sword. And then, like King David, we said the same thing King David said. We said, "Oh Lord, arise and disappoint him, cast him down." So we want Esau out of here, man. We're ready Esau to bite the dust, man, so we can get a peaceful life and not have to worry about looking over our shoulder and worried about what we eating and what we doing and worrying about our children. And he said the sword, man, that's how the Lord like cleanses people. You know, with that sword. When he mad at a group of people, he sent Edomites their way. Because what did Esau do? He don't handle nothing diplomatic, nothing talk about it. All Esau do is, hey, plow, and kill with the sword. That's all that devil know how to do. That's his language. That's it. Yeah, exactly. He a caveman. He the club thing. He the ooga booga. You know, that's all he understands. So you really want to like talk to an Edomite, make him understand, you got to smack him upside the face. Because that's all he understands is violence.
Or give him some blood.
Yeah, that's it. They say you got like the one brother did on the camp. Remember, he took a little BB gun and had to whack. He's like, look at you, you're leaking. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to apologize.
Yeah, he did. He came back.
He understood.
Hey, Dr. Sim, that's something he understands. He didn't understand it at first.
Right.
So the brother had to give him an attitude adjustment. He had to speak his language. He tried to talk to him cool at first. He's like, man, we from the same tribe.
Yeah.
Whoop, if you're native and calm down, you're drunk. He wasn't understanding that until he had to, go ahead and give him that good, that whooping. Because that's all Esau knows is violence, man. He's the sword. And right now, that sword is not looking as strong as it used to be. So now Esau, and like his comfort came from his sword because he lived by that. So his sword started to like, not like you said earlier, he shoot a missile, they shoot fire back. He didn't used to have to deal with that. He used to shoot the missile and everybody gets scared and start signing deals. Yeah, they start signing deals, doing what we call a regiment change. Because that's what he's trying to force Iran to do, and they're not doing it.
And that's physical. We did read the article earlier where Trump came out and made an announcement saying, talking about Iran want to sit down and talk. You goddamn devil, that goddamn lie. They just shot out all the 27 pages. You saying they want to sit down and talk. Everybody sit down and talk for shit.
And they said in the report they killed their leader. Yeah. No, that's true. I think it's like two of them. Michael, another follow-up lesson on that. It was a general. And then they said they killed the leader. I can't pronounce his name. But then I heard another report said that he ain't dead. I was like, okay, we got to wait and see.
The prime minister, they said that was been confirmed.
Okay, so yeah, dude is gone. He up out of here. I don't think they gonna like let that go. Like, hey, take out my leader. We'll see. But looking at the scriptures, I don't see this thing slowing down. I think this is only going to escalate because they've been killing. Trump killed a general there since his first term. When he's president, a drone strike, he took out one of their leaders. So it's like, as soon as he got in office, you tell the smart headers on his butt, man. All he do is just key in on Iran, and take out their leadership. And I think Iran is so smart; they got contingency plans in place. Like one leader get knocked off, they got another dude assume the position because they know how Babylon the Great get down. So that's why I'm thinking they look like Hydra. cut off one head, here come another head.
Because Putin, he told they leader to like come to Russia. He was like, nah, my people in their house, we're gonna be in our house. So he knew he knew it was a chance he might get got. But he got somebody else behind him. So he did get got. They weren't expecting that goddamn that force to be shown that much, man. They over there mad. They didn't know Iran had that type of capability. Now that it's been prominent precept, everybody is looking like how America was weak. What is it? The hammer of the earth was broken asunder. Look at paraphrase. Yeah, it's like it's showing that the hammer is not as strong as it used to be.
So I'll go get that precept real quick. That's the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 23. And he said, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How will Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
And that's exactly what's going to happen to Babylon, the great one. World War III kick off all the way up. We're going to get hit with this is going to be a desolation. But right now we're seeing Babylon don't got that same force in his feet no more. He ain't got that power no more. Like he once had. So where you throw he'll hit your ass with some type of missile and everybody attack him. Everybody got the same, everybody the weak saying they strong now. Everybody got the same capability. And even better now.
This next precept will back you up right here too, for dog. You mentioned that Babylon didn't know that Iran had all them capabilities. This is verse 24. And it said, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, thou art waste, not aware, thou art found also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua. Man, that right there, he said, thou art caught. So they got caught off guard with all of those missiles. And then he said, thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua, meaning that you constantly kept attacking the people. You constantly kept attacking Yahshua. So if you touch the apple of the Lord's eye, he got to render that recompense unto you. You know, and that's exactly what happened. And this is why you're getting your judgment now. It's because the devil, he keeps not only coming up against the Lord, you see people that make a mockery of the prophet out on the highway and the hedges. The Lord ain't forgot about how everybody coming up against the Hebrew Israelites in all of them social media campaigns. You know, our by our yard did a lesson about a week ago where they said a lot of those people coming up against the Hebrew Israelites getting paid $7,000. You devil, you paid them motherfuckers to do that. Then now the Lord about to get you for that, man.
Probably gave Drewski millions.
Yeah.
If he had a whole stick, you know, even he got involved in it. He probably got like $1 million bag to do it.
And that's why the Lord is making Babylon look crazy now.
They really look crazy, especially them Island Man fires. Remember, everything's been conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And now is everything they start saying, oh man, it's true. Hollywood is really like that. Oh man, the brother on the block was right there. Oh, and Esau's been exposed greatly right now. To where even his own women don't even like him. Like they like, I'm done with white dudes. Like y'all unsafe. Y'all bunch of child molesters. Y'all are the wickedness because of white men. And that's the Island Man files started that. And that's also why we in World War III right now. That's because of Island Man files. Your boy Donald Trump is in there. And he know it. So he has to do what Netanyahu say do in order to keep his image, you know, good. Even though I think his image done took major hits. Like MAGA is divided. MAGA is divided right now.
And then the next preacher I'm gonna break it down even further. Jeremiah 50 and 25. The Lord Yahweh Yahushua hath opened his army and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Yeah, and that right there, and they gonna escalate even further. And he said in the land of the Chaldeans, which the Chaldeans basically the Greek word for Edom. So Esau Edom was about to get that destruction, and that destruction is getting ready to come right here in America. And so expect that. And this right here, we're telling you, the Lord said he's about to destroy America, aka Babylon. He opened up the weapons, he opened up his army for his indignation, his right, his anger. Your sins have reached into heaven, you know, what Yahweh said in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter.
Because the climax of World War III is going to be them ICBM missiles being launched, which is going to create that great fire that's going to cleanse, you know, the world. Because he said the first time destroyed the world by water, the second time is going to be by fire. And we know how that fire is. It tells you in the scriptures is like a mighty archer shot an arrow from one end of the earth to the other. That's going to be the ICBM. They're going to come to that point after the MOTB gets made mandatory. And stuff gets so bad, they're just going to launch missiles everywhere. That's why you have to be on a chariot to invade that second death.
26, you can go this down right here. Jeremiah 50 and 26. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as a heap, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
Nothing be left, gonna be all burnt up, man. The Lord got to cleanse the earth. And it's so dirty this time, and they can't do it by water. When something's like real dirty, like biohazard, hey, flamethrower is the only option. You know, it has to be burnt up. Fire is it's the most #1 cleansing agent. You know, fire undoes purity even in metals. You know, they put metal in fire to clean that up. So that's how dirty it is at this point. That's the climax of it. And that's why we tell everybody to get in this truth, because you need to be in a chariot to avoid that. You don't have a $1 billion bunker like Edomites do. That's how they're gonna avoid it. They're gonna avoid it by bunkers. We're gonna avoid it by chariots. Man. And Jake be trying to break their neck, trying to get bunkers like Esau, not knowing your stuff ain't gonna work, like Rick Ross.
You gonna get other people a bunker in America on the place that's gonna be destroyed. That bunker gonna be your grave.
God.
You're turning on microwave.
God, it's not deep enough. It's not like a $1 trillion bunker, like, you know, like that movie or that show on Hulu, Paradise. Like Jake ain't got nothing like that. And then Esau, all he doing is he preserving himself to go into slavery. You know, when the world is all burnt up, you know, the Lord gonna send us back down on them chariots. We're gonna come cleanse the world. We're gonna pull Esau out of them bunkers, and they're gonna get to work, man. So why not? That's something to Jake. Why not choose the Lord instead of Jake? We trying to like, well, I gotta get my money up. Like, bro, your money will never get to that level. Esau already got stuff in place to make sure you'll never be a billionaire.
You don't want to feel that second death. That the scriptures went into like when the nuclear missiles hit, it said your eyes will consume away in your head, your tongue, and your mouth. You literally melting. Like that movie, Terminator 2, I think it was.
When they hold on that gate.
Yeah. Disintegrate.
Sarah Connor. Yeah. That guy's called Judgment Day. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So they love to show you Esau been know about this a long time ago and put it in the film. And Jake didn't like take no heat of it. Then you can think about Terminator. That mug was about chips and robots. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we're dealing with now. Like I said, that should show what Esau working with, man. Esau got Terminators, man. He gonna put them suckers online. Right, man, go get these prominent Jakes. Go get this world leader. They can probably use some of that against Venezuela. It's something about how South 5 was, how they got took over. It's probably gonna try to hit Iran like that. And Iran like should have called China up. They got stuff like that too. And we're gonna see cyber warfare. Robotic warfare. You already see it on the drone.
There was some report. They did mention some of them drones that attacked some of them cities as well too, some of them bases too. So they sent out drones.
I seen it. I showed a little footage. I probably do more or less on it, but I seen it. It was like them big old drones, man. They just went kamikaze style and it's went and just blew the stuff up.
I heard them drones have facial recognition on them.
God, they do. They do. I seen that. And like I said, that's why he wants the MOTB to go out. If you got an MOTB in your system, he ain't got to chase you or none of that stuff. You can just punch in the computer, zeroing in on your microchip.
They got you triangulated.
Yeah, just like that. I ain't gotta come out my seat or come out my office to go hit this Jake. He already got my device in his body. So that's what we dealing with right now. And so we tell Jake, this is your last call for alcohol, man. Get this truth, get this word, get this truth, and get this wisdom out of understanding, and get you some works. And then make sure your faith is sufficient, and maybe you can avoid that second death. But like I said, you don't want to burn up to death, man. Burning up to death, starving to death, that's a very bad judgment right there. And you don't have to go through that, man. You're a Hebrew Israelite. All you gotta do is seek the Lord and put your best foot forward. Tell Jake that. That's why we out here. Spread that truth and let Jake know that the Lord loves you and you need to do what you need to do to show love back to him. And you could be part of the first fruits. Man, and that's a lovely thing right there to come down with a fresh start. You ain't gotta punch the clock no more. Ain't no nobody talking about, hey nigger, what are you doing, nigger? And none of that. You know? Then we're gonna get everything gonna be fresh again, man. Good agriculture, you know, real food, real water. We're gonna do things, man. We're gonna be in a very advanced civilization. Very advanced, man. And I'm so ready to see what that looks like. That's why I do what I do. Well, all of us brothers up here do what we do, so that we can be a part of that. And then you can tell we not, you know, selling no wolf tickets because you see the prophecies coming to play. You see World War III coming to play. You see Donald Trump done messed this country up and got paid about to come and messed up the cheap workforce labor. And you can tell this country's about to belly up.
Man, speaking of the cheap workforce labor, they got rid of, they finally terminated the union for the IRS. So what that means, if the union get terminated, that means that they can fire whoever they want. They can fire people unlawfully. So it's gonna be more people that without jobs. So that's gonna create even more chaos. So that we just talking from the war to the individual, like Babylon the Great is on fire, man. Like all of this stuff going on right now is the rap, man. You know, and you can't possibly trying to stay in this place when it's basically been destroyed from the inside out. You know? That's a prophecy right there. When it said, a house divided against itself shall not stand. Babylon the Great, America is divided against itself. It's getting ready to fall, man.
Mm-hmm. You can see all the signs, man, all the cracks in the boat. Man. You can see it starting to sink.
I'm talking about from the kingdom, you know, because you got Democratic versus Republican, then all the way down to individual households. That's how bad it is. It's divided all the way from the top all the way to the bottom.
They in Congress fighting with each other. They can't get nothing together, man. They fighting with their people overseas, the Europeans. Man, they fighting with them Edomites. They're divided.
You got some council going up to there, and they over here saying they comparing America to, because you know they got them island fires. You got people in Europe. The people that were caught on the fire, they went and persecuted them. They got them on charges right now. And then you got a councilman, I forget his name. He said, "What is America doing? Why is America not attacking this?" So they divided behind that. Why we not persecuting people that's on the island fires that's over here?
Because the Attorney General Pam Bondi said that she persecuted people on the island man files. She said Babylon the Great, America will collapse.
It's already collapsed. What's the point? That's just dumb.
Basically said, keep it up so we can get to continue to steal y'all's money. Right. Continue to collect taxpayer money. We're gonna prop it up, but I can't give y'all no bodies because then we won't have nobody. She basically told on all of them. Right. With her dumb. That's why Trump mad at her right now. She should have said nothing. She should have been quiet.
They're just kicking the can down the road.
Yeah. Exactly what they doing. And they kicking the can done fell off the road.
Yeah,
the can is gone. Yeah, now they got to sit down like, we gotta shoot some missiles at this point. Like, we gotta do something. Like, it's bad right now. So they ain't got that. They're kicking the can. They were doing that during 9/11. Right. The can is gone right now. Now they like, man, launch the missiles, and they're gonna keep doing that sequence of missile attacks until like it just gets greater and greater. Like I said earlier, over the camp, that right now this is little stuff. As we go forward, they're gonna start getting. You're gonna see the ICBM missiles come out. Right now, these are little missiles. That's why Iran is hitting the countries in the Middle East. They didn't launch none over here in America, not yet, but they will. You know, as I said, the ICBM's gonna come out. Right now, we just hitting little missiles to show, you know, we don't like what you're doing, like missiles and drones. Yeah. But in a minute, you know, we're gonna. Hey, what's they call that? That one Russia got Satan 2. When the Satan 2 missiles come out, you know, them ICBMs, then it's gonna get real ugly, man. You're gonna see like city blocks get taken out, like neighborhoods go out, like not just like a building, no, a whole 5-mile stretch of housing projects is gone. You know, a whole city is gone. A county is gone. You know, and that's gonna have everybody like in a petrified fear when that happens. And that's why I like what Beyonce said. That's when they're gonna be like seeking the prophets. They're gonna be like, oh, what the Bible say? What it say now? You know, you turn on the news, you hear a county that went up in smoke. You know, you're gonna be like, are we next?
Hey,
The whole state thing got blew up.
Yeah.
You got them Jakes over there in Dubai over there complaining because they in the mix of it.
Yeah, can't come back.
Yeah.
That's it. See, Jake, that show, I like you said that show Jake ain't paying attention to prophets.
Right.
Like, this is not the time to be going out the country for vacations and stuff. It's not Murph time. This is boat down the latches, like, you know, get ready time, brace for impact. I'm not gonna be in no other. I'm not going to no goddamn boat cruise in World War III popping off.
See, that's Ecclesiastes. That's Ecclesiastes. The Lord says the time for everything, and Jake don't even know what time they're in, man.
Exactly.
It's a time of peace and it's a time of war, man. We in that time of war. It also says a time of love and a time of hate. So Jake over there in a time of love and mirth and shit, trying to kick it. Whenever it's a time of hate and a time of war going on.
Oh, they on a goddamn love boat, goddamn carnival cruise.
Oh, they're stuck in Mexico.
Yeah, you got submarines. You got submarines like in active, like weapons hot. You know, you got a submarine underwater, weapons hot. You got battle cruisers rolling around, weapons hot. Like this ain't constant ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it might be China coming up, America coming up, and yo little cruise ship, everybody partying and drinking, y'all in the middle of it, and they ain't gonna say, hey, wait till that cruise ship go by, then shoot missiles. Nah, we busting right now. That's casualties of war. Shouldn't have been out there.
Go ahead and read it since Aquadodger quoted it earlier. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 2. And it said, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. But that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. And he said, notice how he said it's better to go in the house of mourning. But when you're in the house of mourning, and you got to really think about it. Like, for example, if you know, just in your personal life, you made a big mistake, that's your spirit of mourning. And the reason why it's better to be in the house of mourning because you become more aware. You become more aware of your mistake. You start to think about your actions before you make them next time. That's what the house of mourning represents. But when you're in the house of feasting, you're distracted. You know, you're not paying attention to your surroundings, and that's a bad place to be in fact in this time, man. So yeah, man. So this is what we're telling you. You know, these are the scriptures that we need to be in. And the Ark brought that up. There's a time and a place for everything under heaven, which that's in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. When you go into the 8th, when it says a time to love and a time to hate, and a time to peace and a time of war. And so when you really look at that prophecy, ask yourself what time it is. I ain't talking about as time as it is currently 4:26 p.m. No, I'm talking about the time what's in the prophecy. What time is it right now? And that's what and when you recognize that, that's when you need to be, you know, prepared. You know, all of these scriptures that come to mind when you prepare for what time it is, man. We got to get ready.
It's time to seek the Lord. Right? Shit, that's what time we're at now. It's time to seek the Lord. Hey, you know, put down, hey, get what you can get in with the prophets. Get all the scripture you need. Cause you need to know the law. You need to know the law. Because the Lord is not going to save no Israelite that don't know the law. If you don't know the law, you really don't know the Lord. You don't know what he likes, what he don't like. The Lord looking like you got to know what I like and what I don't like. That way, when I preserve you and I put you back in this earth, you create that Garden of Eden for me. I can't preserve no Pookie and Ray Ray. He don't know the Lord life. You can't be, hey, man, is this lawful or not? Is this and that? You don't know the Lord. And it's a time when you need to know the Lord, man. You need to really have a personal relationship with the Lord and know the Lord, because now the Lord is about to open up with war. There's going to be a lot of killings, man. We got ice agents running around. There's going to be war recruits for ice agents, especially as Edomite men become lonely and their wives leave them. He ain't got nothing else to live for. So what are you going to do? Sign up for ice. You know, I can get some money and I get to go beat up Jake.
Build my fantasy.
Exactly. Yeah, my wife just let me for this black dude or this Mexican.
Hey,
Now they go
sign up for ice. Yeah. So I can go in and pew them up. Because what I got to lose, I done lost my wife and my kids. She done divorced me, took the money. playing with this dude. That's what Trump's looking to do. He gonna scoop all them old demoralized Edomites that ain't got nothing. Come sign up for ICE. Be part of the New World Project 2025. And we're going to cleanse the place and make it white again. That's what he's promising them. And even that is looking bleak because even Esau looking like, man, you can't deliver that. You can't deliver that. They're like, what other choice I got? Might as well.
And those ICE agents are a lot of foreign soldiers. They're not even from a lot of time.
I heard IDM. Small hatters.
Yeah, IDM. Yep.
And they don't care. They coming right over here. They like, they don't give a damn about no American. They've been wanting to shed the children, of Israel's blood. They'll come over here like, oh, y'all can't wait till I bust in the house to see a family of Jakes. I'm gonna just lay them out.
And that's the spirit that you've seen that too, because when you say they small hatted, you can't forget like the history of these damn small hatted. They the reason why we came into captivity in America. They the one that invested into the slave ship. Like these small hatted is the work of Edom. So the fact that they in the ICE agent, that's to tell you something. That you really should be seeking the Lord, man. You really should, man.
Yeah, especially these women that said ease.
Yeah.
Eve, the main one, want to party and be in some mirth and be chilling. You try to tell her, hey man, seek the Lord, baby. You gotta seek the Lord. Oh, nigga, shut that old Bible thumping stuff up, lame nigga.
Yeah.
I need a real nigga with a smoke sack.
And then you got them other Eves, they call themselves directors. You get chopped up by them old damn Edomites.
They dumb. Yeah. Like, go ahead, right to that. That's they real brain dead right there. Even my woman saying I ain't dealing with him.
At least Keisha got some things up. But they don't think they fucking damn.
Yeah, that's numbers of dumb. But I cheer that on though. That's the Lord cleanses. We don't need those type of Eves anyway. All they did was give us hell anyway. All them booty kissing, ass kissing Eves. Go right to that devil. I already know what he about to do. This devil stressed out. He up here drinking Don Julio. He about to light her up and chop up into a bunch of pieces
and tell her organs.
Exactly. So these women at ease, these children gonna cut crosshairs, that ain't got no covering. Cause Esau's still looking for the trafficked children. And these families been broken up. That's what ICE is doing, is kidnapping.
Oh man, and when shit hits the fan, that's the perfect time too.
Yeah, that's the perfect time. Yeah. Yeah, anybody gonna be, you can't be, we over here, it's poor right now.
Man. That's what happened in Ukraine right now. That's what's happening in Ukraine. There's a bunch of missing kids and women. There's war. And that's what's gonna happen over here when there's war.
We already had a taste of it down Hurricane Katrina. Like, what do you think was going on down that time? There's documentaries out about that, where they was trying to catch the bus so they can ride the bus to Texas or whatever place that they were going. And them Edomites would shoot at them,
And that's a war scenario. You think about it.
Yeah.
That was war right there. It was bad. They got hit with a natural disaster, and Esau took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And they was basically like war.
And they were barbecuing every time they got a day. They were barbecuing, celebrating at the end of the night. That's what these devils really want to do, man.
Just wait until the power goes out and the internet goes out. You can't call 911.
Yep.
Hey, as soon as that happens, you might and this is just in the worst case scenario, because you might be at work when this shit happens. Yeah. You just got to be prepared, man. You got to call on the Lord after that.
So war, let's say you might be at work now, so you hear that broadcast, and all of a sudden, missiles is flying. You see other missiles trying to intercept the missiles. So you might be in the driving on your way home, and all of a sudden a missile hit above you, boom! Because I showed on my lesson I did, Yashua, like them people are around running for their lives in the street. The missiles just flying and just hitting places, man. There's certain people probably just in the house eating their dinner, and all of a sudden, boom! Instant judgment. So we're in that time the Lord is doing stuff like that. So you gotta be prayed up and pray to the Lord there, because that's coming over here. It's coming over here, man. I'm just waiting on when it's gonna hit the news and how the public gonna react off of it. That's why they run the distraction so aggressive right now. I'm like, who the hell give a damn about 50 Cent and T.I. son banging?
Right.
What the hell? It's real shit going on. They all like, no, you think gonna win. All right, Jake, you don't get the hell out of my face with that shit. Then you got, well, I'm over talking about Iran and, USA. He talking about some goddamn 50 Cent T.I. son. And T.I. They should do a verse. Like, dude. So I tell you, them Jakes like that, man, they're not ready. They gonna cry. Like, men gonna turn into women during World War III. This is how bad this war gonna get. You're gonna see grown men crying, blowing snot books. That's why I be like that, man. Because they're not ready. And then I know there's another reason why Babylon the Great is gonna lose this war. They're demoralized. Americans don't want to fight this war because they already know the purpose of it. See, other wars, they was all fighting like, oh, we fighting for our country. This one, they like, oh, we fighting to protect a bunch of pedophiles. I don't want to fight for that.
Protect the small hatters.
It was a Navy ship or something. Didn't want to fight her. Was in the overseas in the water's too long, and they stuffed up they sisters with T-shirts and shit.
That was the Gerald Ford. They're carrying. The U.S. Gerald Ford had a plumbing issue and this shit piled all up.
And they stuffed that shit up just so they didn't want to fight, and so they can go back to land and dock and stuff.
And look, they need that carrier. George Ford, I think, been in commission for a minute. Like, so that, lost a carrier. One that got hit. You better get that for going to fight. Yeah, I already know. You're going to get. Because they really don't want to fight. They did a survey. The American public does not want this war with Iran. This is only happening because of the Israeli government. It's forcing America's hand. Only reason why this war is happening. And so you got soldiers who don't want to fight this war. That's demoralizing. Because Russia, they amped up. Russia, like, we fight for Mother Russia. China fighting for, the pride of their country. Like, forget about Iran fighting for their lives. They fighting to stay alive. Africa fighting back to get their resources back. They're going to team up with whoever get them help. It's looking like Russia.
They keep price out here. They already,
Yeah. So they fighting for, what they lost their resources. So they they coming with it. They got a leader. What's that? Adrian Traore. They got a leader. They all amped up. The only people I notice is not amped up in this war is Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is looking like, man, I'm not. You got Jake. I see. I might do a bit of Jake up here trying to decide how to get the military. She talking about I signed up for the benefits.
Too much murder. That's it.
I ain't trying to go to war. She's crying and stuff. Like, what you think you signed up for?
This is Jeremiah 50 and Jeremiah 51 and 30. It says, the mighty man of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have returned into their hosts. Their might, it says, their might have failed. They become as women. They have born. It says they have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken.
Ooh, that's a big one, man. Her bars are broken. The borders wide open. Built her dwelling places, telling you that fire is coming. And these men have become like women, man. You look at Babylon the Great, they done ran that LGBT agenda so strong, they don't have mighty men no more. A lot of these dudes are soft as I don't know what, man. Especially you look at Gen Z.
What they say, soft and baby shit.
Yeah, everything is soft, man. And now you got to do a big major war with a bunch of dudes who carry purses.
And the Babylon the Great is going to go into a draft, man. And the scripture said a lot of women are going to lose their husbands, man, in the war.
God.
That's when that Isaiah 4:1 gonna kick in.
And then look, we got to think that's gonna be a war. I can see them fighting the recruiters. Like, I'm not going to war. They're not about to go.
They're gonna realize that they're gonna get sent to their death, so they'll rather fight right there.
Yeah, right here. So you're gonna lose army recruiters. So they can knock on the door. Hey man, you get drafted. He might start pew-pewing them right at the door.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get
Yeah. So he gonna lose. Like, man, that's gonna be chaos in itself. This when he announced a draft. I can see people going crazy, scrambling all through the city trying to hide their youngsters.
They're gonna be locking the low.
And that was a recent report about that too. They just said that because they was talking about the lady. She was talking about how her grandparents, when she was living there in World War II, and she was saying that how the women had to go and work because the men were forced to go to war at that time. And she said, "We're about to go back to that time, with how chaotic it is." That was that's a beautiful point, because that is gonna happen.
I don't see them like that. Like you said, the war said it. I don't see them wanting to go overseas and die. I might as well fight you right here and there at the doorstep. So look, poor dude, you've been chosen, son. They looking at the window, nigga in the army uniform, nigga. And they would poke their little 30-06 out the window. And they
Sedition among men.
Sedition, that's the thing. Hey, good one. Sedition. Let's go start sedition. Because I don't see it. Then you look, you're going to need more army recruits. Like, people ain't like, I ain't going to his door to recruit him. You heard what happened to Surgeon Jimmy?
Yeah, the average American probably got like 2 or 3 guns in his house.
Exactly. That's going to start. That's war right here. So I'm looking at eat like, you better get the robots going because the people going to fight you.
That's what they're going to have to do. Get the robots.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah.
The Droid Wars. They're going to have to get them R2-D2s going. I don't see the public doing it, man.
Bringing them drones out.
Yeah, because they already saying, like, I'm seeing like clips on TikTok, YouTube, like, I'm not fighting in this war.
I even see Edomites saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. God, I said they said I'm not fighting in this war. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. So it's gonna like it's gonna be way worse than Ukraine. I remember they dragging the Ukrainians out. They dragging them. No, they're throwing them in the van.
Yeah, I seen them niggas fucking themselves up. Dude put his leg on the stern, had somebody jump on his leg to break it so he couldn't go to the army. And they was doing shit like that, breaking their own leg, just so they wouldn't go.
It's getting about to get real crazy. So yeah, I like you said, look for that draft to get implemented. I think if some more missile strikes and they lose some more troops, y'all said they lost what 200 troops.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, they trying to downplay. They keep losing more troops. They will institute a draft, and that's going to start sedition. Because the government, the people already don't trust the government. You already ran C-19 on them. They lost. You lost their trust. Trump done came in and did Island Man files. Trump done came in and straight did a very bad job. He just missed all the marks.
He lied and said we're not gonna go to no war.
Yeah, he might hold him to that. Then you got Tucker Carlson.
He's also like a 37 felon.
Yeah, and a draft dodger.
And a draft dodger.
Yeah, they like, you didn't fight, I'm not fighting either. So they say he was a very bad candidate for Edomites to be president. Like, he was good for us, we knew he was going to destroy everything. But looking at East, I'm looking like he was the worst person you could go get to represent y'all. Because he embodies, like, everything that's messed up about y'all. He has no honor. He's not an honorable man at all. He's like, he's what the scripture say, the fugitive.
He saw a mirror.
Yeah, God.
The mirror. That's the mirror of their whole coast.
Of all the bastards, it's like he might be looking like, man, I don't even like my man no more. They looking at Donald Trump as the, the figurehead. They like, you know what I'm saying? They I don't think you got money like that. Like, everything is bad about that dude.
I got a precept, Mark.
Yeah,
this is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Man, you hear that? No more called tender and delicate. That's what the whole rant we had. I preached to back it up. We brought out everything we just said right there. Is why Bible verse no longer tender and delicate. And then it said, sit on the ground. There's no more throne. That's why nobody want to fight for this country, because they know it's over with. There is no throne, man. Esau lost his country about 30, 40 years ago. He should have implemented some smart tactics then. Now it's like something broke and people still putting money into it. It's kind of like that. Like, man, it's really finished, man.
It's like insanity.
Yeah, like it's really finished, man. The engine is done. What are you doing? You trying to put duct tape on it and some Gorilla Glue. And we like, nah, man, that Rogers is busted, man. It's over with, man. And that's what Esau don't want to come to terms with. He got that cognitive dissonance. They all like, we can do it. That's that he in that Malachi 1 and 2. He trying to build back up and build. And the Lord keeps like, loud. Like, nah, you ain't build nothing.
And the Lord like that kid, that bully kid that be bullying a little kid in the sand couch.
Block soldier.
Stepping on the sand couch.
Building nothing. And you can vividly see that. And these devils is cooked, man. And so we try to tell y'all strongly, like, stay out the way. Because you never know when some Edomite is going to have, he going to have that falling down moment like that movie where he just blow up and just want to just pew everybody. Because he's cooked. He's straight cooked, man. There's no nothing, man. I can see it at my job. I'm watching devils at my job. And I can see them coming up there and just pew-pewing people. because they cooked. I be watching they nature every day when I'm at work, and they're very demoralized. Yeah, they ain't got nothing to look forward to. They come in, they just some of them like the eyes, but they done cried in the car on their way to work. I be looking at them. I be looking at his eye like, man, we just crying. You know,
He gonna cry in the car.
yeah, I think he already cried in the car. You know what I'm saying? He done came to work with his eyes all puffy. And yeah, he look at me. I'm over there clipping heels and yeah, yeah. You know, like yeah, baby. They nah. So they like we come in that little bitty light skin Jay, we gonna do him in first because he irks me, man. And that's why you need to cover the Lord because I'm like I'm still not scared. I'm like Lord God, you know I might be able to dodge and juke him out, hit him with something, get on up out of there. You know, but just like I said earlier, checking the temperature, man, looking, you know. Not just being like, oh, everything good. Like I got some flip flops on now. I mean, my shoes tied up tight. I know I might have to run at any moment. You know, bust a move because we're definitely what it say. Be circumspect.
I got it right here.
Yeah, go ahead, and pull it out. You can start with that.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15, and it says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil."
Ooh, now, like I said, redeeming the time, days be evil. We're at the time of war right now. So at that time, you should know, like, you need to be like the scripture say, being circumspect, walk around, checking, you know, what's going on, what's happening, you know, seeing where everybody is at, and you know, build your treasure up in heaven, showing your treasures up in heaven, man, and get ready for our Lord and Savior. You better touch down. We're not far out at all. We're not far out. They can implement the MOTB these next coming months. It can come out next year, but it's not far out. And I remember Esau, he tried to clock it at 2030. It might come in before that, but show probably sometime around that time. But I'm looking at it, I think it might come in as little as this year or maybe next year. You know, I'm trying to say no man knows the day or time but him. But just going by the prophecies, we're not far out. We're in World War III done started. They already got the MOTB to vote it. Elon Musk is already talking about the Neuralink. He getting new recruits, trial cases every day. They doing follow up on that. So it's here.
Lord said he was gonna make it return within World War III.
Exactly.
And it already started then.
So,
yeah, just not to the full effect.
And they do a UFO disclosure. Esau want to talk about chariots at this point. Like that, you ain't slick. You know you want to talk about chariots because you know they about to come. So he got to explain it away as if you know, oh aliens. That ain't no, that's aliens.
You think about it. So we waiting on Russia and China to get in the war. That'll kick everything off.
Yep,
we also waiting on them to not only because they already promoting the MOTB, but we waiting on them to force it on people. That's the main thing. And that will be, and then when all of that happen, that's basically the hour of temptation right there.
All that dollar collapse is gonna come.
Yep.
It wasn't that dollar collapse. That dollar collapse at any time. This devil did. They put Trump in there. He done made so many bad decisions and bad moves to where they can have at any point. They go, oh, the tariff system collapse the dollar. You know, and all Trump gonna do is the damn Democrats. You know, that's why they got that little two-party system. They can blame somebody to deflect. Always some deflection, man. That's all some finger pointing. Oh, you know. So with that, man, y'all got more precept?
I got one more. This is why it's bad news for Esau Edom, but it gives comfort for Yasharala, the so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native American. All right, so this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 27, and it says, "Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh Basim Yahushua, for you shall be remembered of him that brought you these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh Basim Yahushua, so being returned, seek him 10 times more."
That's a big one right there. I like how I said, seek him 10 times more. We should be in that spirit right now because the end is here, man. The end is nigh. It's real close. Everything is set up for it. And we can't stress that enough, man. That's what we're trying to tell y'all, Shrala, with everything we got. Seek the Lord while you can, because it's about to be game time.
I'm talking about when you're seeking the Lord, I'm talking about praying, learning the name, you can learn the prayers in the Paleo Hebrew because it's more potent when you pray in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. All of that, man. Teach them 10 times more. That's what it means. Like literally day and night. Literally following what the scripture says to the best of your ability, man. You still got that time, man, because it's closing. Just like our Bahayard said right there, man. The last call for alcohol, man. It's closing, man.
With that being said, you know, hope it's been edifying. We give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Hashem, Rakadash.
Kwam Yasharala Bob. Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala, baby. Kwam Yasharala. Hey, y'all stay locked in, man, because y'all shots quickly on the way. Shalom.
Tuning in.